Oh, come on, man. Can you please stop trying to ruin this country for 5 minutes? Hey, somebody, get Joe a pudding cup and put on the Teletubbies. It'll be good for an hour. God damn it, what did he do now? Joe Biden reportedly exports 5 million oil barrels despite U.S. gas prices. Hey guys, we don't have a lot of gas here. Let's go ahead and give some away. Alright, technically it said export. He might have sold it. I don't know. Alright, let's dig into this one. Good old Grandpa Joe giving away all of our stuff. That sad, dejected shell of a dead soul. The Biden administration exported more than 5 million barrels of oil from its emergency reserves that were released in order to combat sky high gas prices here at home, according to a report. Back up 1 second. Emergency reserves, okay? These are the strategic petroleum reserves. This program was started a long time ago, and it was to stockpile oil for an emergency, okay? Like we're going to war or an asteroid's coming and we need fuel for rockets to launch a satellite that can save us, and emergencies. Releasing 1 million barrels a day to lower the price a little bit because midterms are coming up is a pretty bullshit reason. I'm sorry, getting a little distracted already. We're only in the first paragraph. The U.S. sent the oil, which was taken from the strategic petroleum reserves that the Biden administration tapped into in hopes of getting mounting energy prices under control. The release of around 1 million barrels a day from the SPR through October has had a minimal effect in decreasing the price of oil. At the same time, it has depleted the reserves to their lowest levels since 1986. In reality, the primary reason that gas prices have come down from their super high just at $5 to what are you getting, $4.65, $4.70 now? It's because most states have temporarily suspended their gas tax. Okay? Had nothing to do with Biden, as most of the financial reporting is telling us. Biden can't do anything. Even if he wanted to, I'm not sure he could. But the strategic reserves, our little emergency backup stash, is now depleted to the lowest level since 1986. If we had an emergency now, we don't have much left. Now, there's also another report. I saw it a week or two ago, and I can't for the life of me find it. So I'm going to keep trying to find it. Maybe someone is watching this and knows what I'm talking about. They can give me a link to it in the comments below. But with Biden promising to release 1 million barrels per day from the strategic reserves, that this will obviously deplete the amount of oil we have for our emergency backup. But if he continues with 1 million a day, we run out of strategic reserves just about the time where he gets voted out of office. So he's either going out with a bang or going to screw the next person. So, nationwide average price of a gallon of regular unleaded was costing American motorists $4.78, or 52% higher than drivers were paying a year ago. Shocking. California's still paying $6.22 a gallon, the highest in the nation. Well, California, you are paying a ton of taxes. I mean, you got to support all those free needles for junkies somehow. While the price of gas has fallen by as much as 15 cents in the last 3 weeks in some states, AAA is warning that the relief is short-lived as Americans gear up for peak driving season in July, which will likely put further strain on a limited supply. The Biden administration has defended its decision to release oil from the reserve, saying that doing so prevented gas prices from spiking even further. Doubtful. It's just doubtful. If you ask any good economist, they'll say that this is having a minimal, if no effect at all, on the prices. 1 million barrels a day, it's putting a band-aid on a shotgun blast. It is not making much of a difference. The SPR remains a critical energy security tool to address global crude oil supply disruptions, a Department of Energy spokesperson told Reuters, adding that the emergency releases helped ensure a stable supply of crude oil. I don't think so. I literally just don't believe what this person's saying. 1 million barrels a day doesn't do much except deplete our emergency reserves. Okay, let me just throw a little analogy here. Does everybody have a little secret stash? I mean, you've probably got a folded up $20 bill stuck in the back of your wallet for emergencies. That's your strategic reserve. So I would rather that $20 stay in my wallet for 50 years, because the minute you need it and it's not there, you're screwed, and you know it. Well, that's what he's doing for us. He's taking our absolute minimum reserves and just basically wasting them. So when the emergency comes, and of course there's always going to be an emergency, we will have nothing left. What are we going to go begging the Saudis to drill again? They won't care. Mostly because they're going to demand payment in gold or Russian rubles or Bitcoin. They're not going to want dollars. Our dollars are losing value fast because they keep printing up a bunch of them. U.S. Customs data showed that Phillips 66, which is the fourth largest oil refiner in the country, shipped some 470,000 barrels of sour crude from the Big Hill SPR, Strategic Petroleum Reserve, facility in Texas to Trieste, Italy. Trieste is where oil is loaded into a pipeline that transports it to destinations in Central Europe. Oh, Jesus Christ. He sent it to Ukraine, didn't he? He sent it to Ukraine, that little bastard. Okay, I'm guessing when the smartest man in the world, his son Hunter Biden, the crackhead, was working for the Ukrainian oil companies, I bet they are holding all kinds of blackmail over him. And Biden knows that this will ruin him. So he's like, well, Ukraine needs oil? Well, we'll give them some of ours. Joe, we don't have any. Hey, listen, I got to send Ukrainians our oil. I have to. If they have blackmail on him and he's sending them oil from our strategic petroleum reserves, can we do some investigations? Seriously? Anyone? This is a plausible theory. He's been trying to ruin this country with oil since day one. He literally said it. He's going to do it. And if he can't do it by shutting off oil rigs and shutting down fracking and shutting down pipelines, he'll just give the oil away. He will ruin this country one way or another. Cargoes of SPR crude were also headed to the Netherlands and to a Reliance refinery in India, an industrial source said. A third cargo headed to China, another source said. Oh, Jesus Christ. India and China. Okay, let's send our oil to China. That totally makes sense. It must be one of those loopholes that Greta didn't find out about. Well, we can't burn fossil fuels because it's bad for the environment. We'll send our fossil fuels to China because when they burn it, it's no big deal. Greta has never commented about China having fossil fuels or coal or oil or... Oh, God damn it. Biden, you are such an absolute... You are going to do everything you can to ruin this country in 4 years. It's going to take Trump another 4 years just to get us back to baseline. Let's speculate for a second. Let's say he sent our strategic petroleum reserves abroad for a good reason. Let's pretend he had a good... Nope, I won't even do that. I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't believe anything he says. He probably gave it away just so we can't have it. I'm at the point where I think he would do that for this country. So all you guys that voted for him, the 81 million of you that voted for him, this is what you wanted? I hope you're enjoying it. So if you think all of this is an accident or just a bad set of circumstances, a coincidence, you're not very bright. This is a planned attack. No one can do this much damage to a country that was doing so well. It's literally fallen apart in less than 2 years. It's because of his choices. You could make the case that he hates this country more than Putin. And a lot of people would believe you. Well, we have another 2 years left, give or take. I think Trump will announce soon. And I think we're going to really see the fireworks. 4th of July wasn't nothing.